I'm curious, is it strictly apathy, or do you really not have a goal in life?
I found that if you have a goal, that you might not reach it. But if you don't have one, then you are never disappointed. And I gotta tell you, it feels phenomenal.
Now, as funny as that may sound, the sad reality is there are people all over this world right now who have that same sad Peter La Fleur mentality. And do you know why I would say? It's because we hate experiencing failure. But I want you to think about this. How do you define failure? Well, that's easy, Pastor Kevin. It's the opposite of success. I didn't reach the goal. Now, I get that, but let's say that we look at failure as more of a stepping stone to success. You know, when Thomas Edison was once asked about all the failed attempts in him making the light bulb, he said this: "Look, I didn't fail. I just found 10,000 ways not to make a light bulb."
Can I get an amen? Yes! That boy is good.
The reality is, goals are easy to create, aren't they? But they're so much harder to achieve. That's why you need to look at yourself in the mirror and say, how committed am I to doing this? How much am I willing to sacrifice to get the job done? I mean, am I willing to sacrifice binge watching my favorite TV show on Netflix? Or how about this one? Am I willing to get up an hour or two earlier to get the job done? Hold up, Pastor Kevin. I need my 8 hours of sleep. Well, in the words of Arnold Schwarzenegger, if you need your 8 hours, then sleep faster. In Philippians chapter 3, verse 10, the Apostle Paul tells us his main goal in life. He says, I want to know Christ. Now, of course, he wasn't talking about just information. He was talking about a relation. What he had to do was he had to ask himself, how committed am I to doing this? How much am I really willing to sacrifice to get the job done? Heck, even when Christ came to this earth, he too needed to be committed to his one and only goal, which was to die a painful death on a cross just for us. Was it hard? Of course it was. But because his love was greater than the pain of being crucified, he sacrificed his life again just for us. Now look, I don't know what kind of goals you have for your life, but whatever they are, they're going to be hard work, especially if you're the first person to do it. But what I want you to do is remember the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson. He once said, "Do not go where the path may lead you. Instead, go where there is no path and leave a trail." In other words, a wise man once said, let's get out there and get her done.